Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Burning Peak, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into the best line for beginners and noobs to grind in World of Tanks. Now, originally, I was going to go with the 268 version 4. This Tier 10 Soviet tank destroyer features one of the easiest playstyles in the game due to its robust armor, incredible penetration, and fantastic mobility. It's a vehicle that I'm performing easily over 4,000 average in, and it shows just how simple of a playstyle it features. The problem with the 268 version 4 is you have to remember you have to grind up to that tier 10. And as a new player, grinding through the Object 263, the SU-101, and the SU-100M1, that's going to be absolute pain. So while I think the V4 is an incredibly good vehicle for beginners, unfortunately getting up to the tier 10 is going to be very challenging, and I think going to defeat the whole purpose of the grind. So then I was looking for a line that I thought would be good for beginners to grind, and I went over to the 60 TP, because the 53 TP is a great unlocked gun, 420 damage per shot, solid penetration, 8 degrees of gun depression with a fairly good haul. Then the 50 TP has a huge alpha of 560, but again, big problems. The tier 8 has a huge amount of modules. You need to get the turret, and then you need to get a 122, and then the next 122, you got to get all the engines, then you got to get the turret. There's a lot of different upgrades you need to finally grind for the 60 TP. And while the 60 is a great tank, there's one that's very close to the 60 TP, and while I think it does have disadvantages, also has its fair share of advantages, and that is the BZ-75. This tier 10 Chinese heavy is possibly the easiest line to grind in the game. Why? Well, the BZ-166 stock gun is the top gun. It has really good pen at 270 millimeters, and the vehicle itself features pretty solid gun depression. The stock BZ-166 turret is actually more armored than the upgraded 166-1, and because of that, you're literally better off running the stock turret on the vehicle. The BZ-68 features also a 130 millimeter as its top gun with great penetration, solid damage per shot, and overall a fantastic gun. The armor on the tier 9 is also absolutely incredible, and it's one of the best tier 9s in the game. So because of that, grinding through the line is very simple. And the BZ-75, while it might not be the best tier 10, is still a very fun one to play, featuring rockets allowing you to learn positions, featuring great gun depression, and a 150 millimeter which deals good damage, but also has decent pen. In today's video, we are going to be playing in the BZ-75, showcasing what to do in it and its overall capabilities. So, if you enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. We are going to start off with the BZ-166. This is the tier 8 in the line, and as we can see going over to my research on the vehicle, I am indeed running the stock turret. It has more armor when using gun depression, and its hatch is non-existent, which is just flat better. Not only does this vehicle have a better stock turret, but as I said, the gun is fully equipped as soon as you research the tank. Now, this vehicle features rocket boosts, and the way the rocket boosts work is that if you are running a turbo, you will get more mobility boosted with the rockets. But I really do not like this vehicle's gun handling, so because of that, I'm personally running V-stabs, I'm running a gun rammer, and as well improved hardening to give us more DPM, to give us more accuracy, and as well more hit points, which is all great. So we are going to start off by getting into a battle in this tank. We'll see how it does, and we'll move on to the tier 9 and then the tier 10. It's been about 2 weeks since I have posted a video on the World of Tanks channel. And I've just been really busy. I've been focusing on other videos on other channels, so I'm back, and hopefully I'll be able to post every single day. So we are going to be playing in the BZ-166 to start off with, as I did mention. This vehicle, it's not my favorite, I'll be honest. Even though it is fully equipped, basically stock, I don't really like the gun that it features. It's very inaccurate, and it's, in general, just a pretty mediocre tank. But does have rockets, which allows it to get up to top speed pretty quickly, and that does obviously give you the advantage when you are making your way over towards the heavy flank, especially on a map like Tundra here, just to quickly get some early game shells out. We are in a decent matchup with tier 8s, and 7's up against us. If only every matchup in tier 8 was like this, right? Well, I just watched our Pantera go about 18,000 feet in the air there. But you can see that this speed boost does allow us to get quite quickly into position here. And even though we are spotted, we've still been able to get front line without having to worry all too much. We're going to use that last rocket of ours, and we're going to go right into this rock here. That's really the best position to go, and perfect. So at this spot here, we should have the ability to shoot anything that tries to poke if enemy vehicles do end up going this way. As of now, it doesn't seem like anything's actually coming here. Our Pantera is trying to spot, and weirdly enough, nothing's actually been spotted. That's kind of goofy. We can see the BZ-166. Alright, well, if that's the case, I'm going to move up. I don't know if they have any TDs in the back. We're going to find out if I get spotted there. Nope. Oh, no, they do have a TD in the back. They have a T-25 too, who I'm not able to pen at this current angle. But if our teammates move up as well, I think we should be more than fine. So we got the Type 59 over here. Let's aim it on the Type 59. You can see that very poor accuracy, but we were able to get the shell out, and our teammate gets the clear, which is all pretty good stuff. T-25-2 really doesn't worry me. I'm not really sure why the T-25-2 is YOLOing out, but we're going to reload in just a moment. However, he's dead already. Well, that doesn't really make too much of a difference then, does it? Got the Super Hellcat wide. We're going to aim it on him, and don't know if it hit, but we shot, so I guess we'll find out. Oh, we got a bounce, and we did get penned, or we penned the Super Hellcat is what I should say. In this position here, we are more than fine. This tank basically doesn't have any hatches, and the armor is quite good hull down in general, so you shouldn't have to worry about things like that. We are spotted again. Not really sure what would have detected me, but I'm also not too worried about it. Let's see if that BZ ends up backing up. I don't think he's going to, but we're just going to activate our speed boost. We're going to move up. We'll see. The E-25's backing off. He gets absolutely chunked at, but nobody on our team was actually able to do anything. We have the BZ over here. We're going to aim it on his flat side. There you go. Ooh, a nice 525 juicer into his tank right there. Let's move up. He does pen me back, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We're going to reload in just a couple seconds here. That BZ is in a pretty awful situation to begin with. There you go. Another nice shot. Let's just hope that our team manages to pick up the clear. Thank you. Alright, pretty good stuff so far. We've done 1,300 damage. And we are through all of our rockets, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference at this point. This is obviously looking to be a fairly solid win. Alright, let's keep making our way through. The E-25 was all the way in the back. And, by the way, this is one of the things I do not like about this tank, and that is, once you're out of your rockets, you're basically just immobile. It sucks, but it is the case. And we can see that here. I've used my rockets, and now I only go like a top speed of 30. Now, the good news is that we're fine. We're going to get some good bleeds out here. The Tiger P is about to be dead. I'm not sure why he never turned around, but I will take free damage. We're up to 2,000 now dealt, which is pretty good. And we're going to keep making our way in. The E-25 was last spotted on that little ridge there. However, I would most likely to expect him to have moved at this point. E-75TS is facing this way, and the rest of the team is leaving. I'm going to load a gold shell for the E-75TS just to guarantee the pen. So let's just poke this. There you go. Nice 408 shot. Again, we can see the armor doing a pretty good job, and the very good 270 mils of pen on this vehicle makes armor incredibly easy to cut through. So this is so far a pretty solid game. E-75TS gets shot once, gets shot twice. We'll go back to loading standard ammo. I'm expecting our IS-6 to get the clear on his vehicle, so I will let him deal with that. And we're going to keep on making our way through. Alright, let's go back to standard ammo. Kerchunk. Alright. We are at 2,800 damage at this point, which is pretty good. And not a bad start at all. I mean, this was just a really good matchup, so it allowed us to take advantage of what was in front of us. But it's still a good example of what this tank is capable of doing. That E-25 doesn't really have the opportunity to do much to us here. I mean, he's a little rat, but it doesn't really change the outcome of this game. Oh, we have the artillery shooting at us as well. Now, the D-25 was last spotted right on this hill, so oh, imagine if that had ended up hitting. Little sad, but again, not that big of a deal. The M12 has been spotted in the back, and I honestly could care less about the M12 to be completely real. We have the the Iron Arnie, and there you go. Nice clear, 171 damage into the Arnie. Our team needs to get a reset on that base cap, or we're going to lose. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on here, but there you go. Nice. Okay, we do get the reset, which is what we need. I'm going to push up here. We're going to get it clear into the E-25. See ya. 360 damage. He's dead. And yeah, this is a pretty good win. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get any more damage out because of the way the base cap is going. Come on. I can at least get one more shell. No. Come on. And Yes, we did get another shell out. There you go. That's quite good. Well, we did 3,826 damage. We blocked 1,110, and we got 3 kills. I mean, that was a really good result, and it really shows that the BZ is a pretty proper vehicle. It's nothing crazy. As I said, I personally don't love the tank, but it's got a solid gun, and its accuracy, while not good, is good enough to get the job done. So didn't really make too much of a difference there. We got a first class. Oh, actually, we hit that blind shot on the Super Hellcat. I forgot. We actually did 4,200 damage. So, yeah, we did everything we needed to in that game. A really solid result and a top finisher for the BZ-166. So, yeah, it's just a really, really good vehicle. We had nothing crazy in terms of equipment or really anything. We barely loaded gold, only to guarantee our pens on the 75 TS. So yeah, the BZ-166, it's a solid vehicle, and when you're grinding through the line, this is just one of those tanks that you'll make your way through. We start to get to the real juicers at Tier 9 and 10. Tier 9, we arrive to the BZ-68. Alright, we have fully equipped our BZ-68, again running basic equipment, V-stabs, we have improved hardening, and a base turbo. I was deciding whether I wanted to run a gun rammer or a turbo, but I feel like for this tank, especially in higher tier matches, it is very important to get early game positioning, and you get more rockets with the Tier 9 and Tier 10 than you do the Tier 8. So because of that, I think it is more important to get that speed boost out. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Now, the BZ-68 has a nice alpha. It goes from 400 on the Tier 8 to 530 on the Tier 9. It's also got pretty good penetration, 260-ish on the standard, and then you're sitting at around 315 on the premium, which is more than enough to cut through really any Tier 9s. Tier 10s, yeah, that might be a bit of a struggle, especially some of the more heavily armored ones, but in general, it's a good enough amount of pen. When you pair that with the 8 degrees of gun depression this vehicle features, and as well, its very solid turret armor, it's just a really good vehicle in general. The thing you do have to keep in mind about the BZ-68 is that its hull armor is actually quite poor. That's something a lot of people actually don't realize about this vehicle, is that you do not want to drive this tank super aggressive. The thing that a lot of people don't realize about the BZ-68 is that it actually has really poor hull armor. Like, its upper plate is good, but the lower plate is really bad, and same for the sides. This is a very easy tank to overmatch the weak points on and cut through quite easily. So because of that, when driving this vehicle, I tend to only drive it hull down. And that's how you should focus playing this tank as well. It is really just a hull down tank. I think that's where a lot of people get mistaken, is they think, oh, it's kind of like a Chinese E75 with the alpha and everything, but no, do not play it like an E75. If you try to angle the hull out and get bounces, you're probably just going to get tracked, maybe even a damaged AMRAC, because this is a Chinese tank after all. It's not going to go all too well for you. So we are going to start this game off by crossing, obviously, to the hull down ramp. We are using our rockets, and this is where having turbo is quite a important thing. But yeah, we are going to cross this as quickly as possible. Oh. Okay. That made sense. Oh, one more reason why you should run V-stabs, right? Oh, we got shot by the tortoise. You know what, though? That was worth it. We killed that Barask with one of the luckiest snaps of my life, so I'll take it. Give me some room here. Alright, there you go. And, oh, we got the enemy Barask here. I would love to be able to shoot him, but this AMX kind of pushed us, and yeah, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, but it can be a little annoying. C50 is making a very aggressive play, which is... oh, bruh. It's interesting to see the E50 make that play, is really all there is to say about it. Alright, let's climb up this hill. Let's see, Chieftain's probably going to aim it on him, which he does. And, oh, that's a lot of death. I don't really have too many shots here, but we have enough gun depression to get a shell into the Chieftain, and that was a nice roll. 597, pretty good stuff so far, but I don't want to really overpoke to the point where I'm putting myself in a really overexposed position. We got the tortoise in the back, can't do anything to him. Got the T-30, not able to do anything to that either. It's so close. Oh, if we can get the pen out into that Chieftain, it'll be amazing. But right now, we're just not able to get any big juicers. The Tiger's pushing wide. I don't know if he's going to have the gun depression for that. Let's just move up a little bit, and there you go. Nice snap right into the Škoda T56 hatch. The enemy doesn't have any artillery either, so we can really just chill here. This is why I don't really think having that much DPM is too big of a worry. You can kind of chill in a situation like this, use your DPM at hand. We have the T-30 in the back. There you go. 558 chunk into his vehicle. That's already 2,000 damage dealt. And again, we just wait. I mean, we're getting our shells out. We are getting some good, mighty bleeds. We got 4 more seconds left on our reload. And then we should hopefully be able to just poke and, well, we'll see. I mean, the Chieftain is a threat, but honestly not that big of a threat. I'm really hoping that he shows us... They've got an AMBT in the back who's trying to shoot us. I don't know. I mean, the gun on this tank is not very accurate. Bruh, really? Really? Kills my fuel tank the moment we fix it. That is super annoying. He dumped his entire clip for that as well, which is rather rats. Well, let's just move in at this point. The E50 is playing really aggressive, and I think we can help him out here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's see. E75 is playing aggressive. We're going to load a gold shell, and let's see. I would love to be able to... Oh, I thought we were going to overmatch his roof, but he actually kind of went up that ramp at a weird angle, so we weren't able to do anything. Alright, well, we got the enemy E50 off to the side. We got the AMBT on the rear. Bruh. That is so cringe. Alright, well, our armor is not working out too well right now for us. There you go. We get a nice shot into the AMBT. 620. We're still alive, and we've done 2,700 damage. So it's not like we're doing bad, but man, we have had some bad luck here with the roof of our vehicle being overmatched. I didn't even know you could do that to this tank, to be real. Alright, well, let's see if that E75 ends up poking. Looks like he's not going to yet. Got the Tortoise on our wide here. The Tortoise is obviously a big threat. And there you go. 524 shot into his tank. Pretty good stuff. We're up to 3,200 damage now. I'm not even going to bother to use my repair kit on this tank just because we already have it damaged so much. Let's just poke this Tortoise again. Come on, back up just a little bit. Show me your side through this crack. We don't have any other angle to really pen him. Well, I guess that works too. Alright, let's move up a bit. Let's see. The Tiger 2 is over here, and he shot. So we should just be able to poke the Tiger. Oh, really? I'm very surprised we didn't pen that. 300 mils of pen, and we couldn't cut through the Tiger's upper plate. Now, that's really sad. Let's hope that our Centurion gets the clear. There you go. That works too. Let's move up a bit here, and, well, let's see. I would love to be able to squeeze a shell. Ooh. Perfect. There you go. I was hoping we could squeeze a shot right in between the crack, and we were able to do that. So E50 is going to YOLO out in the open and die, which is fine with me, because that gives me a free shot on the E75. Let's reload. There you go. 507 juicer. We're up to 3,800 damage now. And yeah, this is a really good game in general. We have quite a bit of time left on our reload before we're able to get a shell out into the Yag Tiger, but I'm hoping that we can aim it on his upper plate, and... bruh. I mean, we went over. It's got good pen. 315 is plenty to cut through enemy armor. But at the same time, apparently, we keep getting really wonky shots that are not going to enemy weak spots, which is a little bit cringe. But it's not that big of a deal. We're going to win. We did our job, and we did almost 4,000 damage. So I really can't get too frustrated. But man, we had some goofy shots this game. We hit the Bourrasque, full speed on the move in the beginning, one of the craziest shots I've ever seen in my life. And then we proceed to miss the hatch of a Chieftain, easy shots 2 times in a row. And then we miss just some really funky shots there. We bounced the upper plate of the Tiger. I think it went low into his track. That's the only world I can see where we bounced the Tiger to there. But either way, the BZ-68 is a really solid tank. We got another first class. We supported our team. One thing you probably noticed, though, is just how poor this vehicle's armor is when you drive it on flat ground. It's really hard to hide your lower plate. I mean, that AMBT took 700 off of us. It's just a very easy tank to rip apart when it's showing you its lower plate, when it's showing you its tracks, and because of that, you have to be very careful. So as I recommend, I would only try to use this vehicle with gun depression, because if you're not, it's going to be very hard to actually get bounces and effectively win the battles. But there you go, a pretty solid game in the BZ-68. And that brings us to the final vehicle for today's video, the BZ-75, the absolute juicer magooser. Now you can see I'm running the exact same loadout on my BZ-68 as I am in the BZ-75. We're running improved hardening, we are running V-stabs, and we are running a turbo. I think these are the most important equipment that you can run on a vehicle like this to allow it to have accuracy, mobility, and hit points. I mean, look at how much HP we're sitting at, 2,960. And before you say, oh, well, you shouldn't be running Bond equipment, yes, I know it does give you a slight advantage, but at the end of the day, it's only a 2-3% advantage over what you'd be getting with basic equipment running all the field mods as it is, so it's really not that big of a difference. I made a whole video breaking into it as well. The only real difference I would say is the turbocharger. That does give you a slight difference, but I would obviously be running the V-stabs and the firepower slot anyway, and the hit points, it's only a 2.5% difference there, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Before we get into a battle, I figured I would briefly showcase the armor of the BZ-75, and honestly, it's rather disappointing. I mean, it's good, and it's really bad at the same time, and you can see the problem. It's these 3 hatches on the roof. The center one is only 230, and the 2 corner cutouts are only about 170. And it does not matter if you use your max gun depression or whatever you do, those are always going to be a weakness, and that is a problem. I mean, this tank gets hard, it's got 650 alpha, it's got a lot of hit points, and it even has decent mobility if you have it properly equipped. But, let's be real, having those hatches really defeats the hull down capabilities of this tank. I'm not going to say that the BZ-75 is the best tier 10. It's not. It is actually one of the more mediocre tier 10s. But the reason I think that this is the most beginner-friendly line is, first of all, because the grind itself is incredibly easy. You do not need to put much effort in to actually grind this line. The tier 9 comes with the modules fully equipped, basically, and so does the tier 8. And while the tier 10 may not be the best, it is still a very solid vehicle. Its gun hits hard, it has a lot of hit points, and the rockets do allow you to get in the position quickly, giving you that early game playability. So I don't think the BZ is a bad tank at all. I just don't personally love it because I feel like the 60 TP in most situations would be a little bit stronger due to the basically non-existent hatches. Alright, so what we're going to do this game is we are obviously going to quickly rocket boost into the town here. We do have support, but right now our team is just kind of sitting in camping positions to try and get nukes into the crossing. We are going to be making it aggressive in the town because I want to see if we can get some early game shots out and get some good bleeds. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Let's move up, and we're going to keep going, keep going. We got a little bit more driving to go, and we're going to make it right to this brick wall. And once we get here, we'll see if we can get any shots out. There you go. 682. That was a really, really lucky snap, honestly. I had no clue where bro was, but I guessed where he was, and we hit him. So there you go. Pretty good stuff. No really other tank could do that. Even if you have boosts or anything, no tank is really fast enough to get that shot off. Now, it looked like that 277 was going to play really aggressive and try and flank. So we'll see if that's the case. That minnow is going to roll over there, though, so I'm not really worried about that, to be honest. Well, let's see what we can do here. I really, really, really want to just poke him, and I'm going to try it. I think I can get away with it. There you go. 656. It was worth, and a full health 277 is already basically massacred at this point. Bro is not happy with me. Misses the shot. Now he's got the minnow on his rear as well. So yeah, this kind of sucks for you, I'm not going to lie. Let's just aim it on your lower plate. There you go. I think that actually hit the upper plate, but it doesn't really matter. That tank is like no armor. Alright, well, we've already done 2,000 damage. Pretty solid result. You can see why I don't really run a rammer on a heavy like this, because I just don't think it's absolutely necessary to run a rammer on a tank like this. So let's use our super speed boost. Let's move up here, and we'll see if we can get any more damage out. Let's slow down a bit after breaking through this, and there you go. Another 600 shot into the Super Conqueror. It's obviously pretty good. Brings him down a pretty sizable chunk of health. Our teammates are going to push up as well. They're going to get some good damage out. Let's see. We got 5 more seconds left, and let's just aim it on these super... There you go. 565. Yeah, I didn't want to get blocked by my Super Conch there, but we're good. We were able to get the shell out. All pretty solid things so far. Well, we got the Badger, and he's pushing up. I'm just going to move up myself in a way that the Badger should not be able to hit me. And that's all pretty good. Alright, let's see. Badger's obviously right here. And we are... Oh god, my game's doing the lag thing. Okay, we're good, we're good. I've had that problem in the past where my game just lags and causes me to not be able to play. It's very annoying. Alright, so we have the Leopard. Oh, we have artillery shooting at us. Really? 200 damage from that? That's super, super cringe. Alright, we've got another artillery shell fired at us. Stuns us, but not that big of a deal. The Jagdpanzer is going to drive right on over. And if the Jagd's going to go over, that gives me the ability to just aim it on the Badger very, very briefly here. But the Jagd's going to actually just waste everybody's time by face-hugging him, giving every other player 0 chance of hitting his vehicle. So, that's incredible. I love when teammates do that. Let's just aim it on the Yeah, there we go. We got it out. Teammates like this are players that really get everybody frustrated because what are you doing to help the team, bruh? You're just ramming the guy and killing yourself. Like, bruh, it's so annoying. Already stuns us again. Rather annoying, but at least the Minnow was able to get the clear. So there's that. We're already up to 3,700 damage, which is pretty good anyway. And at this point, we are going to make our way as quickly into the enemy spawn as possible because we can see our spawn is being overrun as well. So let's go back to loading standard ammo at this point. We can see that Leopard has been spotted all the way in the back. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get a shell. Oh, yeah, we should be able to get a shell right into that Leopard if we aim. Oh, what was that, bruh? That was so awful. That was the worst shot I've ever seen in my life from this tank. That sucks, because if we'd hit that, we would have probably been able to kill that Leopard. Oh, well. I mean, it's not necessarily anything that I could have done to change that situation. Alright, we've moved up over here. We have the Stritzvon all the way in the back, and the chance of that hitting is slim to none. And it was basically none. We're the only one over here, which kind of sucks. But we're alive, which is important. And we're just going to wait here for now. Alright, there's the EBR. And we are spotted, but it's not that big of a deal. The EBR really can't do anything to me. By the way, I like how they have 3 T92 HMCs. Like, that makes, you know, a lot of sense. Thank you, Wargaming. But I think we'll be alright if we just wait, because there's really not much opportunity the enemy team has to do anything to me. Alright, let's start moving up a bit. See if we can get these artillery cleared. That's where the majority of their health is sitting. And we still have plenty of health left. We've got 2,000 HP, so I think we should be alright. Let's see, EBR is driving up. Not able to hit him, though. Oh, here it comes. Yep, 553, bro. 553. Isn't that fun? We love artillery. Well, that's really fun. What? Oh, there you go. He missed me. I'm going to keep going. At some point here, the artillery's not going to have a choice, and they're going to be spotted by me. And at that point, their game's going to be over, so we're just going to keep going. As I said, at some point here, they're not going to have a choice. So let's aim it on the Stritzvon. There you go. He's dead. Let's just keep going. I do not think that artillery is going to be able to do anything to me if we keep going up. Here's the grill. Yep, keep going. Keep on going. Ah, they have a 277 in their spawn. Like I was supposed to predict that. Interesting. I mean, we've done good either way. Oh, there's the arty. And see ya. Bye-bye. EBR is probably going to try and YOLO us. Don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, great job, bro. You got me good. Anyway. I cannot believe they have a 277 in their spawn the entire game. That's incredible. Well, we got a teeny bit longer left on our reload, and then we'll break through this. Here we go. Let's see. Where's the 277? He's somewhere back here. I cannot believe he's camping in his spawn. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, there he is. Full health. Wow. That's impressive. We're actually going to die to him, probably. Oh, never mind. You know what? I will take that. I think after we had the experience we did in this game with our RNG and everything else, I think that's understandable we got an ammo rack there. So, I'm not gonna complain, but I'm not gonna say like that game was a crazy one. 3 T92 HMCs. I didn't even notice that because I don't ever look at the artillery on the enemy team. 3! What the hell? 3 T92s, bro. Not only do they get 3 T92s, but they have an EBR who's just only trying to spot me, which just screws me over because all the arty are going to keep shooting me. Wow, that is cringe. Thankfully, we were still able to take advantage of the situation in front of us. There is no world where I would have been able to predict that a 277 was camping in their spawn. Wow, what a rat. Well, either way, 5,590 damage. We did quite a solid job in general, and I think we showcased where the BZ-75 can be good. It's a very good pushing tank because of its speed and the aggressive nature of its hit points and alpha damage. The problem is, once you run out of rockets, you're almost useless because you're stuck in a situation where you don't have enough speed to make it to where you want to go. And yeah, you saw what happens when you run out of rockets. If we had one more rocket there, we would have easily been able to make our way up that hill, probably clear the arty. However, I don't know, because that 277 was camping there anyway. Oh well. I mean, the BZ-75, it's a very solid tank. And as I said, the whole line is solid. The tier 9 is super easy to grind because the top gun is right when you grind the tank. So this is my pick for the best beginner line to grind in the game. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.